Hi everybody, this video is about my day today. I got my new car. Yoo-hoo! Yes, my son got approved for a loan on a new car today. Anyway, my son got the loan for the car. He got approved this morning and he woke me up and he told me, Mom, we're going to go down to the car dealership today. I've got to get an oil change and I need money for down payment. So my father and Andrew all combined the money and got a down payment. And we went down and we signed out the paperwork and we were waiting for the car and something happened. So what I'm going to tell you is yesterday when we test drove the car, we smelled something burning. I couldn't figure out what was burning. So we said, So we drove it back to the dealership and we said something smells like it's burning, like rubber or something like that. So they said, oh, okay. So they brought it into the garage and the guy that was doing all of the mechanic looked at it all and he couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. So we said, okay, well, we'll fill out the paperwork anyway, and they can run an inspection and do an oil change to find out, what's going on. So as the guy was doing the oil change, he found out that the cap that the oil filter, the holding case that the oil filter was on, was cracked, and it leaked oil onto the manifold of the car, and it needed a new hose and a couple other things. So the part for that is on order, and I have to wait for the car to be done before I can pick it up. So tomorrow afternoon I will be able to pick up my newer car. I'm so happy about that. It's red. It's a Chevy Trax. It's red and it has about 80,000 miles on it, so it's not too bad. Now the only other problem that I have is to find out what I'm going to do with my other car, because I couldn't trade it in and it still has a loan on it. So the car dealership told me, why don't you contact your lender and see if you can do some type of a deal. Tell them it's not repairable, the amount of the repair might be more than what the car is worth, and so on. So I was like, yeah, that might be an idea. So I might do that. The other idea is to bring it to CarMax, but he told me that they usually take newer cars with less miles and so on. So I'm like, okay, well, that might not be the fact. He said I could try to sell it on Facebook Marketplace for parts, or if the local garage down the street wants to sell it for me, I could do it that way too. So I'm thinking, well, maybe I should contact the lender, tell them what's going on with it, and see if they can come up with a solution. Now, I've had this happen before where I had a car that was non-repairable, and it was in my car, and I was paying on the loan, and they came and basically repossessed it. Basically, what the thing is that the only thing is with that is you're still responsible to pay off the rest of the loan. So I don't know if I want to do that act. And then after that, I went home and went on DoorDash and had one lousy offer. So I said, forget that. And I opened Instacart. And I said, okay, I'm going to open Instacart and I'm going to, check out on the offers on the Instacart. Well, I had one offer on Instacart, $47.98 for two shopping orders delivered 9 miles. I took that, and I had to do a lot of substituting when I got to the store because Market Basket is horrible when it comes to that for some reason, and I had to. Every single baby food order that this woman had, they didn't have that flavor, and I had to do substituting, so it took me extra long. And then the other lady decided she was going to add to her order. And as she added to her order, I was already done that section of the store. So the way the store works is that you have produce all the way on one side, and this is a large store, and all the way on the other side is all the milk. So I was already like in the milk department when she added that stuff on, and I'm like, really? And then she added agave syrup, lemons, and ice. And I'm like, agave syrup? I didn't think of it at the time. I thought it's a juice. So here I am, I'm looking in the juice department, and I'm like, to the guy, I'm like, that worked there, I'm like, do you know what this is? He's like, isn't that in sweeteners? And I'm like, oh, yeah. So I had to go all the way in the middle of the store, the baked goods aisle, to go get agave syrup. And then it was a nightmare. And I couldn't find this other lady's pepperoni. I had to ask them, where's this pepperoni located? Because, some stores, they have the pepperoni over by the deli. Other stores, they have the pepperoni in the special cheese, in the area where the cheese is. So this store has all the pepperoni like that in the pasta aisle, or whether you get the pizza sauce and all that kind of thing. So they said, check aisle 4. I'm like, oh, all right. Went to aisle 4. Yep, it was there. I said, man, if I had just looked, because I had picked up sauce, I had picked up spaghetti, pasta, I had picked up tomatoes, and they were in cheese, and they were all in that same aisle. And I'm like, oh man, so I gave myself extra long time. And then I didn't realize this, but Market Basket has a name for their ice cubes. It's called sparkling ice. And I thought they wanted sparkling water. The kind of ice drinks that I drink that says sparkling ice. That's what I was thinking it was. I'm like, the lady's like, no, I wanted ice. Oh, so I had to walk all the way back to the other side of the store to get ice. I was like, oh, man. So when I finally delivered those, they said they were on time. I was shocked. I was like, wow, okay, cool. And I just got notified that somehow, some way, I got notified that I had an increase in the tips, but I don't see that. I only see what I made. So this is one day. This is how much I made today on the 2 orders. It's not coming in clear. I don't know why. Well, anyway, it's just $47.98. Let's see if I can. Anyway, so that's how much I made on that one batch. So I did one batch today. I didn't have time to do anything else. And then I went to grocery store. And then we're going to have some hot dogs and beans and beets. I haven't had that in a while. For dinner, then we're having Bible study. And I found out we're doing something different for Bible study tonight. So if I take some good notes and it's a good study, maybe I'll share that with you over the week. Anyway, tomorrow, hopefully, I get my car. So I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. Bye!